right, welcome to another Friday night episode of Keto Rocks. I'm Jim Hobbs, and to my left or right is my carnivore co-host, Brian Damaged Forsythe of the band Kix and Rhino Bucket. And speaking of Kix, you guys had a non-stop rocking weekend, Brian. How'd everything go?
Overall, I guess it went well. We made it through and we're still alive.
I saw you guys brought the Kix Cloud with you on Friday night.
Oh, yeah, that show, well, personally, for myself, it was a little rough. You know, it being the first show back and it was freezing cold that night. So they put heaters on the stage, like these kerosene heaters, which really helps as far as the temperature,
Right.
but then there's pockets of warm and you're still walking through cold and the guitars are going out of tune and it's just a
It's a
mess.
nightmare, huh?
Yeah. I
But
was
you
actually,
got through.
huh?
I said, but you guys got through it. You guys had a great crowd. It looked like it was sold out.
Yeah, I don't know if it was sold out or not, but yeah, it was a great crowd. But I was actually nervous going into that show.
Well, I think it went well. I mean, somebody was streaming it from, so I got a chance to see most of it from the comfort of my bed actually. So unlike last time, freezing in that 30-degree weather last November, uh, I didn't have to, I was just sitting there watching it and enjoying it. And after it was all over with, I got a chance just to click my phone off and go to bed and not have the 2-hour drive back. So it was perfect.
This
So
this may have been colder.
really. I know
Yeah.
it was. I know you guys had. Now, what did it rain during the show or rain before the show?
It rained in the afternoon and it stopped like late afternoon, early evening. So it wasn't raining, but it was definitely cold.
How did the Saturday night show? That was inside, right? Or was that
Yeah,
an out?
that was much better.
Okay.
As far as my own show, yeah, there was some issues on that Friday one, like having to do with my in ears and yeah, those technical things they can throw a wrench into things. You know, I just to explain what I'm talking about. I ran out there. You know, it was Hotwire was the opener,
Right.
and we have those drums are on like a
Autos.
yeah, like a record, I don't know, sample or whatever.
Right.
That those hot wire drums that start the thing. So you know, I always let them play, and then I turn around and I go into the intro, and as soon as I started, I realized that I couldn't hear it. Like
Oh.
it was so low in my in ears compared to my guitar. My guitar was like so loud, and then that thing it just blew it away, and I couldn't hear the drums. So I'm out there like a deer in the headlights, trying to think, how am I gonna follow? There's nothing to follow. I can't
Right.
hear it. And of course, I flubbed the first one, and I turned around to Jimmy with panic in my eyes. And after a while, he started tapping into the
So the
tone.
beat. So you, right.
Yeah, so I could at least follow something. But man, that was rough.
Oh
I don't know
wow.
what went wrong between sound check and the show, but the volumes changed somehow.
Now, do you guys did you is the it was is the the volume or the sound pipe through the same board that Solo used during before you guys?
No, we have our own. Uh, the thing that the mixer that runs our in ear monitors, it's our own unit that's self-contained. So,
Okay.
but yeah, and then we had Bob filling in for Ronnie this that past weekend, and he did a great job. But that was the other nerve wracking thing. But the second show went a lot smoother. It was indoors, so it wasn't cold, and we had time to work out all the bugs from the night before. So
Right. Yeah, I know Steve was saying that floor at the second night, Saturday night show was very hard. He said, "Man, this the floor on the second night show, man, it's killing my knees."
yeah, he dropped a little too hard.
Ah, yeah, yep,
Sometimes that happens.
yeah. That and then Sunday, you got a chance to surprise your mom. I know your mom knew you were coming for Mother's Day, but then you had your brother surprise your mom? Was she surprised to see your brother?
Well, she knew he was there. He
Oh,
he, had,
okay,
he hung out with her the night before, so
oh, okay. So she had a good Mother's Day. Have all her
yeah,
kids. That's
yeah.
awesome. All right, it's that time of the evening. We didn't get a chance to introduce Brian Shanker from the Meat Tribe YouTube channel with his meal deals or meat deals of the week. So, Brian, what you got for us?
Hey, Jim. Hey, Brian. How you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Good, good. Okay, so Food Lion. We still got good deals coming from Food Lion. They've got a choice grade boneless ribeye steak for $7.99 a pound, and that deal runs through May 18th. I've got two deals from Aldi's. Now, the Aldi's weekly ad says that the deals run through May 18th, but when I looked at the individual deals that I'm going to tell you about, it said that they run through the 15th. So if these two are something you're going to take advantage of, make sure you get out there before the 15th so you don't miss out. So they've got a Morton's of Omaha fresh seasoned tri-tip roast at $4.99 a pound. And they've also got a choice grade boneless fresh black Angus flat iron steak at $7.99 a pound. Now, I have not cooked flat iron steak yet. Have either of you dabbled with that cut of meat yet?
I've cooked it years ago. I typically, if I'm going to buy meat, I'm going to stick to my ribeyes, New York strips, in porterhouse.
Yeah, I think the flat iron is a little tricky to get it right. Because I think it's a tougher piece of meat.
I think you're right. And so, but you know, some people, they might want that, slice it up for some fajitas or something like that.
It's great to sous vide. I mean, that if you're going to buy that meat and cook it, I would sous vide it and then, you know, keep it medium rare and slice it up. And if you want to just throw it in with some peppers and onions and stir fry it for your fajitas, yeah, that's the way I would go.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. All right. So the next deal is from Giant Eagle. They've got choice grade boneless market district sirloin tip, either steaks or roasts. So you can get that cut in either a steak or have a roast with that. And that's a buy one, get one free. I don't know how much per pound that is because that deal actually doesn't start until tomorrow. So they wouldn't even have that advertised. So it starts tomorrow and runs through the 19th. So again, market district sirloin tip, steaks or roasts, buy one, get one free. So the next deal is from Weiss. Weiss has these certified Angus beef petite grilling steaks for $5.99 a pound. I'm tempted to go and check those out and see what they are. Those are on sale through June 10th. But you know, when they start talking petite, my concern starts to get to it might be a little thin. Not, you know, I like at least an inch thick steak or 3/4 of an inch. So I'm not sure what those are going to be like. So if anybody else happens to shop at Weiss a lot and picks those up, come back and let us know. Let us know how those are. Yeah, so
the word
go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say the word petite always scares me. It has to be at least a pound.
Yeah. So Jim, I wanted to bring up, we were talking earlier, you had sent me a picture about this deal that you got on a ham, spiral ham. Tell me about that deal.
That was actually one of your stores. Is what it was, Giant, and they had spiral hams and they had them reduced, and I happened to be there and they had a whole bunch of them. And then I found two manager specials. It was normally $55. Of course, they're a honey spiral sliced ham, and you know, they have the honey or the sauce in a packet. So as long as I don't put that on, I'm still with, you know, keto carnivore. And it had been reduced down to $11, which is a great deal by itself, but they reduced it another $5. So there was one for $6 that was normally $51, and there was one for $5 that was $55. Wow. I picked both of them up. We cooked one on Mother's Day, and a matter of fact, I just had some of it. I'm still eating from it. I mean, it was that was a deal of the century.
Nice. So I did notice when you sent me the picture that it was a manager special, and that's something to bring up for everybody if they don't know what that is. Typically, when stores have meat coming near the end of the sell-by date, they will put it as a manager special as an even steeper discount. So those are going to be hit or miss. You're gonna be in the store and you're gonna happen to see them. They usually have like a bright orange or a bright yellow sticker on them, so to try to catch your eye. But the interesting thing about those hams, I noticed the sell-by date wasn't really the next day or two for that. It was still a little far out. So I was surprised you were able to get such a great deal on that.
Well,
Good
hey,
job.
yeah, well, I'm always looking for deals like that in the store. Every time I go, I'm looking for a manager special because, my belief is that, it's dead already. Why am I going to be worried about if it's dead for a little bit longer? As long as I don't see a stench or a smell from it,
Yeah.
I'm good with buying it, cooking it that day, or putting it in the freezer and cooking it later. So it doesn't scare me, the manager special. So it scares a
Yeah.
lot of people. It doesn't scare me.
It doesn't scare me either. Sometimes they won't be as bright of red. But again, if it doesn't smell and it's still before or right at the sell by date, that's what I'm going to do too. I'm either going to cook it that day or I'm going to put it in the freezer right away. So that is something people want to make sure that they do. If you're not going to cook it, stick it in the freezer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this sell by dates, they play it safe, so it's still good.
Yeah. All right, great. So that's all I got for you guys today. So, everybody out there, be sure to head over to my YouTube channel. It's called Meat Tribe. This is just a little taste of what I do on a weekly basis. I have many more deals. Some of the other deals don't come out until Thursday or Friday. So there's the video for the full week will either be coming out tomorrow at some point or early Friday. So that, again, full weekly update is going to be Thursday or Friday. And Meat Tribe is all one word, no spaces. And when you get there, please be sure to like the videos, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell so you get notified anytime I upload a new video. And if you come across any deals, come back to the channel on YouTube and to the comment section and let me know. Love to hear from you.
All right. Well, thanks for those updates, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week, Brian. Have a great week.
Sounds good. You too. Take care.
All right. We'll see you.
Bye.
That's awesome. Now let's talk about, I know we just got through having Brian on talking about the petite steaks, but I saw you had a huge tomahawk steak. Was that like a 3 pound? Was that a 3 pound tomahawk?
It's a little over 3 pounds, actually.
Wow. Now you finished it all in one meal?
No, I finished the rest of it tonight, but it
Okay.
wasn't. I mean, there was maybe a chunk like this left. It wasn't. I got through pretty much all of it.
Now, did you smoke that one?
Well, I smoke it up to temperature and then I sear it on the griddle. That's usually what I do. But that's all I ate. I didn't eat any eggs with it or anything else. I just ate that. So
that sounds good. I think for Mother's Day we cooked a ham, and we are still eating from that ham. I mean, we've been eating it. We've given it away. We were at a function on Sunday. We fed about 6 other people.
Really?
Still got it. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge ham. And
wow.
Yeah, and so still eating from it. Had it again this afternoon, and probably got, I would say, probably at least 2 more or 3 or 4 meals out left from that ham. And
wow.
So I want everybody to understand this. We said last week we'd give you $5 deals, meals, and below for Keto Carnivore. I bought this ham that was $55, normally priced $55, sliced spiral honey ham. They did not put the honey. The glaze is in a packet, so I could just throw that out. But it was reduced down to $11.97, and then I think it was $11.97, and then they had reduced again down to $5 and some change. I scrounged through all the hams they had and found another one the manager had reduced down to $6. So I picked up 2, probably 25 pounds worth of ham for $11.
That's amazing.
It was if I just bought them at regular prices, it would have been $110. I got them for $11. I got one in the freezer and one, as I said, I'm still eating from. So I want everybody to understand, you take that $6 ham, divide it up by at least, I'm going to say at least at minimum 10 meals, and you're talking about 50 cents a meal.
That's definitely a deal.
Yeah, that's a great deal. Now, you can go out and buy ham anytime and get 10 deals. Even if it was $55, it knocks it back down to the $5 range. And so you're saying, okay, Jim, we hear you guys always talking about your tomahawks, your prime rib, your ribeyes, all these expensive cuts of meats. And it sounds like we're living this lush lifestyle, and all we're doing is pushing high dollar meat. I do eat the other stuff as well. And so that's the other meals I want to kind of discuss with Brian tonight, is how you can eat on the cheap. And so you can buy a ham almost anytime. They almost got them on sale all the time at one of the stores that are local to you, whether it's a Giant, a Kroger, a Harris Teeter, Aldi, Food Lion, Wise. One of those, you're going to find a ham on sale. Buy one of those hams, go ahead and bake it, and you can turn around, you can slice it, you can cube it up and use it in an omelet. I know, Brian, you like to make scrambles all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So just add some cheese, green peppers, and onions, and you got yourself a great omelet. And that's a great meal that's on the cheap. I know Peggy likes to make ham salads. She'll throw in mayo, avocado mayo, mustard, and relish. When I say relish, you can buy the sugar-free relish, which is all the stuff. And so we'll make a ham salad, and we'll just eat that in a bowl as a meal by itself. Another cheap meat to eat, and I'll post this picture, but you could live off of you could buy a whole package of chicken wings or chicken legs at Aldi's, a whole package. I mean, you probably got 16 chicken legs for less than $4. Now you're not going to eat all 16. You're not going to eat all 16 meals at the same time, or 16 legs at the same time. Thanks, Brian. You're not going to eat all 16 legs at the same time, but you could smoke all 16 legs at the same time and just, eat 3 or 4 or 5 of them, put the rest of them in your fridge and have them anytime you want them. Another great purchase is at Aldi's. I mean, it's the cheapest that I know, but you can buy a dozen eggs there all the time for 69 cents, 68 cents.
That's great.
Go ahead and make yourself some hard-boiled eggs and put them in the fridge, put them in a Ziploc bag, have them in the fridge. You're looking for a snack or you just want something a little extra to add to your plate, grab a couple deviled eggs or hard-boiled eggs, however you want them. They're cheap. I mean, 68 cents for 12. I mean, that's cheap. You want to go even cheaper? You can buy chicken thighs. You want a really good meal, which I had this the other day. Chicken thighs on the Traeger with Old Bay seasoning. And oh my gosh, that is a home run. I'm not a big, I don't know. Younger, I used to love chicken. The older I get, I'm not so fond of chicken as much as I used to be, but still it's a good. You like chicken, Brian?
Nah, haven't eaten it since I started eating meat again.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much, for whatever reason, my taste buds, it just likes the meat better than it likes the chicken. So the poultry is kind of like on the back burner. I have it from time to time, and I love a really good rotisserie whole chicken, but that's so rare. I just never, when I'm in the store looking, am I ever going, oh, chicken, I want chicken. But I do, it's just never in me.
I'll eat the liver, chicken livers and the hearts.
So you like the organs, huh? You eat the organs of the chicken, huh?
Yeah, and gizzards, yeah.
One of the things, now it's amazing. Like when we go out boating, we'll go to whether it's at Tim's or at the Cove, we'll go to a restaurant. We love ordering chicken wings with Old Bay seasoning at a restaurant, and they're good. It's just that I just don't ever think about buying them when I'm actually in the store. But that's another cheap meal that can go a long way, whether you're buying them for yourself or you want to cook for your family. It's another cheap way. And what makes it even cheaper, and Brian and I talk about this all the time, is the intermittent fasting. We're only eating one meal a day.
Right. So,
you're not having the breakfast, lunch, dinner. And I can't tell you, so many people have their kids on hyped up sugar cereal, or people are on the go with a Pop-Tart or a Hot Pocket breakfast sandwich, or they stop by McDonald's and get an Egg McMuffin or whatever fast food restaurant they want to grab as they go into work. And that bread just turns itself into you wanting to eat more. It turns into sugar and you want to eat more. And so I'm not telling you not to stop by those places. All I'm saying is you can order those products, those items without the bread. And if you can do that, order just 2 round eggs and 2 sausage patties, you're much better off. And it's still, you get your convenience of fast food, you get the taste of fast food. and you're not going to have that bread, and you're not going to have that insulin spike, an hour or two later for picking that up. But having one meal a day truly does make this a very, very cost-effective lifestyle. I don't feel like I spend nearly as much money as I did back when I lived the old lifestyle. I don't even think it's close for me.
Can you hear that?
What is Smokey doing?
It's Smokey's automatic feeder.
Oh my goodness!
I guess I could turn that off while I'm home. I haven't turned it on since the pet sitter was here.
So it grounds out that. What is it? Is it dispensing your food that you put in it? What's it doing?
Yeah, because I feed her raw food, but I also buy her this freeze dried raw. So
okay, I remember that you showed us. Yeah, the round drops, or they're little round like hockey pucks.
No, that's the frozen food. There's another I can show you.
Sure. We're going to chance to see what Smokey eats.
Well, this is just her supplement, like snack stuff. It looks like this, but it's freeze dried. So it's, see if I can break one open. It's just you can't even break it. It's just, I don't know if you can see it.
I see it. Yep,
So it's kind of dry. I think you can also add water to it and make it into regular food, but it's made by that same company that makes those frozen discs. That's Stella and Chewy's food.
Was Smokey glad to see you when you returned back home?
Yeah, she was bummed the whole time. I think she stayed back in the spare bedroom the whole time I was gone.
She didn't stare in front of the camera and go, "Oh, Brian, when are you gonna get home?"
No, she was hiding. My pet sitter had to take a picture of her on the back bed there.
She's depressed. She was depressed. So, yeah. So, another cheap meal you can get. I think it was last week or the week before. Brian Shanker was giving you deals for ground beef that was really 80-20 or 85-15 for less than $3. I think it was $2.99 a pound. But you take that, you can make meatloaf. Very simple. Just add your ground beef, Parmesan, eggs, onions, salsa, mustard, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and you got yourself a big meal that's going to get you at least feed two people for probably 2 meals. So that's literally 2 days of meals for next to nothing. Again, next to nothing. And I'm going to keep going back to the 1 meal a day. And people all the time are like going, "What? How many calories?" Look, you don't need to keep track. Just eat as much as you want until you feel full. Because the one thing that the reason why diets, and I use that word because most people say I'm going to go on a diet when they really should come in agreement with, I'm going to change my lifestyle. I'm going to be living a healthy lifestyle. Because a diet feels like it's going to be short term. It's not going to be long term. This is my diet. But a diet, right, Brian?
Yeah, definitely.
So, if you're sitting there and saying, I'm going to go on a diet, and I hear people, "Oh yeah, I'm on a diet. I'm going, I'm only doing 1,200 calories a day, and I'm walking 2 miles, or I'm doing cardio for 30 minutes." But you talk to them a week later, and they're starving. Like they go, "Man, I'm starved." Look, the reason why the keto carnivore lifestyle works is because you are never starving. When you eat that one meal, like Brian, let's talk about that tomahawk. I'm sure you were not hungry after you finished your 3-pound tomahawk. Yeah.
No, in fact, I think I went 12 hours before I even realized, okay, I guess it's been 12 hours. Like I didn't even realize it had been that long until I ate again the next day.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of living this type of lifestyle. You're not going to be hungry because you are eating portion size meals. You're just eat, as long as you're eating the right foods, you're going to be okay. Another great food to have in your pantry is a go-to. Have a case of tuna fish in the can. You can make tuna fish salad. You can buy oysters in the can. Brian, I know, Brian, you got tons of oysters in the can, right?
Yeah, the smoked oysters, but make sure it's not cottonseed oil.
Yes.
You want extra virgin olive oil.
And that goes for the tuna fish too.
Yeah, and then the tuna fish you can get in water, spring water.
Right. Well, I'm saying, so you want it, you always want it in the water. And what are your smoked oysters in, Brian?
Extra virgin olive oil.
Okay.
Because the go-to is usually cottonseed oil. Like I can't even buy them at the Kroger because all they have is the cottonseed oil. So
So what do you get? So what do you get? So where do you get yours?
I order them by the case off of Amazon.
All right. And how expensive are they? Do you know?
You know what? I'd have to look.
Now I know at Aldi's they have them like $1. I think they're like $1.29 a can. I took a picture of it. I'll post it up there. They're very reasonable. So you know, smoked oysters in the can, cheap.
Sardines.
Sardines, another dollar item, cheap. Tuna fish in a can, dollar item, cheap. And that tuna fish goes a long way when you sit there and make tuna fish salad, add in celery, onions, hard-boiled eggs, mayo, mustard. Again, you're getting 1 or 2 meals out of it. And probably 2 meals with 2 people, or 1 or 2 meals for 2 meals for 2 people. But you're talking all these meals that I'm going over with you all tonight is less than $5.
Yeah.
So, you know, and when you're talking about having food 1 time a day for $5, 5 times 7 for the week, $35, 70, $140 for the month. You literally could live $140 and never be starving. So that's the beauty of living this type of lifestyle. Not only you're getting healthier, you're never going to be walking around going, oh, I can't wait to eat dinner. Can't wait for breakfast. I know I used to go to bed dreaming about when I could wake up to eat for breakfast because that's how addicted I was. And I'd go to bed, that sugar, just sitting there going, oh, we want more, we want more, we want more. And I would literally go to bed going, oh, I can't wait to get up in the morning so I can go fix myself or go purchase myself an Egg McMuffin. So trust me, I've been there. I've done that. I wake up now, I'm something like Brian. I mean, I look at the clock and around 12 o'clock, I start to get a little bit of a twinge in my stomach, a little bit saying, hey, you know, better start thinking about what we're going to have for to eat for the day.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too, the way I eat, which is mostly meat, I bring it home and throw it in the freezer. So it's like I don't waste anything. Like back when I used to eat vegetables and fruit and all that stuff, you know, you have to eat it or it goes bad. Then you end up tossing half of it. But with frozen, you know, just meat, I have, you know, it's like well, lots of room in my refrigerator. For one thing, I had to buy an extra freezer, but
No, that's a very valid point. Peggy said the same thing the other day. You know, because we used to, you know, you go grocery shopping, you buy all these vegetables, and you put them in your little your food or your vegetable bin in your refrigerator. You got all these meats, and your refrigerator is so full you can't even find anything. And then, you know, you're cooking back when you're cooking your 3 meals a day, or even just having your 1 meal a day with your vegetables, and, you know, and then all of a sudden you start smelling something, or you pick something up and you go, oh, what's that? And it, you know, it's an eggplant gone bad, or squash gone bad, or broccoli gone bad. And then you got to throw it out. And look, those things are not cheap either. They're expensive as well. And so you throw away a lot of good food. You waste a lot of good food. But as Brian says, when you put your food in a freezer and then thaw it out the next day or thaw it out the night before so you can have it. And once you cook it or smoke it, you can save it in the refrigerator and get 1, 2, or 3 meals out of it. You're not wasting money, and you're not wasting food either. So that's the beauty of this lifestyle. That's why I'm so passionate and I love it. And, you know, it has totally changed our world. And it saves me money. So when people say, yeah, but it's just so expensive, you know, I want to go, it's really not. And then I think, Brian, we've said this on the show before. You've said it on the show before. The lifestyle breeds health, and health, you don't have to go to the doctor. You're not having these, you know, I mean, at least for us, we never get sick. I don't have to go to the doctor because I'm feeling bad or feeling worn out, or I have this issue or that issue. You don't have any issues.
yeah, yeah, and you know, long-term processed food, you know, you end up with down the road, you end up with horrendous health issues, you know, and that's super expensive.
Right. I mean, think about how much it's going to cost you to sit there and buy your monthly supply of insulin because you're a diabetic, because you can't break free from that programming that you've been programmed to have sugar. it's just such a freeing lifestyle. Sold a good friend of mine post in the last week that about having a hamburger without the bun. He had gone keto, and he's just like, he's loving life. And I'm hearing more and more people share those type of stories with me, and I keep sharing them because I love seeing you guys change your lifestyle and take the power back that sugar has stolen from you, and seeing you getting your life back by living a healthier lifestyle, and seeing how more energy you have and how good you feel. And so keep sharing those recipes as well. And I sent you some recipes that my buddy Steve sent to me today, Brian, that I shot over to you later today. I don't know if you got them yet. I probably shot them off right before we did the show.
Oh, I didn't check.
But there's some really good, quick and simple recipes that I love receiving from people. So keep sending them to me. Send them to Brian. Send them to ketorocks22@gmail.com, and we will definitely share them to the masses. Another thing you can get at Aldi's is really good. I know, Brian, these are all things you love. You can buy wild caught salmon for $4.39 a bag. You can buy mussels for $2.45 a bag. Ahi tuna for $4.69 a bag. 2 pounds of wild caught Alaska salmon for $6.85. Yes.
That's a good deal.
A bag of bay scallops for $5.41. So all those are great. You want to sit there and have a seafood night? Go ahead. Have yourself some salmon, some ahi tuna, some oysters, some mussels, some bacon wrapped scallops. Scallops. Yes.
I just bought a bag at Costco, one of the Costco bags.
Did you? Yeah. So all those are really, really great meals for you to have, and they're all reasonable. So there's no reason why you cannot, if you're eating a standard American diet, trust me, you have more than enough money to live a very good keto carnivore lifestyle.
Yes, I agree.
So, Brian, in Tennessee, do you guys, I mean, in Virginia here, our governor has declared a state of an emergency because of the pipeline has been hacked. And so the majority of gasoline stations in my area, Fredericksburg, Bealton, Warrenton, Woodbridge, we have zero gas. There's no gas. There's no gas. And so the gas stations that still do have gas, the lines are just, it's 40 minutes for you to get gas now if you're going to wait in line to get gas. And of course, people are upset, tempers are flaring. And so it's an issue here in Virginia. I don't know what it's like in Tennessee, if it's that bad.
Well, I mentioned it earlier that, I've noticed the prices climbing. And then when I went to Costco, there was a big line of cars trying to get gas. But yeah, I haven't heard about places running out yet.
Yeah, in Virginia it's bad. I know North Carolina declared a state of emergency as well. I don't know what the Maryland side. I meant to ask Brian Shanker what was happening across the Potomac in Maryland and see, but I don't think Maryland. I think the pipeline serves Virginia and south of us. I think I don't know if it serves DC and Maryland. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's been an issue for the southern states for sure. So everybody just stay home, relax, go to your freezer, have a meal of your choice, and just sit back and relax. So
make sure you got enough wood pellets for the grill. Or the
yeah, that's true. That's true. So Brian, any concerts coming up in the what's your next concert? When are you guys playing next?
Not till June, like the second week in June. We're down in Texas.
Really? What show's that?
We have one in Houston and one in Dallas, or vice versa. I think it's
awesome.
Dallas.
Is it the same weekend? Are you guys there the same weekends? Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I got my vaccine today.
Which one did you get?
The Johnson & Johnson. I just wanted the one. I wanted one to get it over with.
One and done, huh?
Yeah, and you know, I've put it off so long, so now it's like that we did the show last weekend, and then the next show I've got some time. So I was looking around at appointments and all this junk, and I'm like, oh man, I don't want to deal with this. And then I go down to Costco, and I'm just happen to be walking by the pharmacy, and I see this sign for the COVID vaccine. So I went up to the window and asked them if I have to make an appointment or not, and they go, oh no, just here, fill out this form and take a seat right there. Like there was nobody there. I was the only one there getting the vaccine.
So you got stabbed right there in the arm, right there at Costco. So you got your scallops, your vaccine, and you're good to go.
I got more than scallops. You should see what I got.
What else? Well, tell us. We inquiry minds want to know.
I got actually over the weekend for Mother's Day, my brother-in-law made a rib roast, like a 7-pound one. We polished that thing off.
Wow.
So anyway, I was at Costco. They had these, and this is USDA Prime.
Oh my gosh! How many pounds is that?
This is 17.
Wow.
So I'm gonna cut few steaks off of this, and then save the rest for a prime rib. Then every time I see these, I gotta grab them. The lamb loin chops.
I don't cook. I don't buy those. You love? I know you love those.
You don't know what you're missing until you have some of these.
All right. So how do you cook those? You're gonna have to share with us.
You just sear them.
That's it.
Yeah, you eat them kind of like medium rare, seared on the. Oops, that's my refrigerator telling me to hurry up. And yeah, they're so tender. Then I got some pork bellies.
Now that I love.
Yeah. So.
Did you get any short ribs?
No, they only had the sliced the crossways. I don't like them like that, or at least I haven't had them like that.
That's my choice of them. I love them like that. But I know you like the other way. You like them cut the thick way.
Yeah, and I still have some down in my freezer, so I didn't really need them. And I also still have a humongous brisket down there that I haven't made.
Yeah, I was talking to Brian Schenker off the air, and I realized I still have 4 of those Thanksgiving turkeys in the freezer. He goes, you remember I went through turkey, and I was like, I turkeyed out. I couldn't do it anymore. But I think we're able to break one out and smoke one here. And have one because they last forever. I use every bit of the turkey. I mean, we take the leftovers, make turkey soup from it. But
do you do bone broth?
We do bone broth. Yes.
I had a turkey in my yard earlier.
I know. I love the pictures you've been posting. Your deer's been out there. You've been having turkey. You got a whole backyard habitat going.
I know.
Well, anything else that you want to share with the people tonight, Brian? Anything else on your heart?
I can share my usual eat your meat.
There you go. Well, everybody stay safe. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day last Sunday, and we will see you again next Friday night at 7 p.m. Stay well, stay safe, and stay out of that hospital.